Here I come.
The spirit of lying, tale-bearing, and murmuring. Leviticus chapter 19, verse 29. Do not prosecute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom and the land become full of wickedness. You shall keep my Sabbaths and reverence my sanctuary. I am the Lord. Regard not them that have familiar spirits, neither seek after wizards to be defiled by them. I am the Lord your God. Thou shalt rise up before the hoary head and honor the face of the old man, and fear thy God. I am the Most High. And if a stranger sojourn with thee in your land, ye shall not vex him, but the stranger shall dwell with you, shall be as one born amongst you, and ye shall love him as thyself. For ye were strangers in the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. Ye shall do no unrighteousness in judgment, in meter yard, in weight, or in measure, just balance, just hind. A just ephah and a just hind shall ye have. I am the Lord your God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt. Therefore ye shall observe all my statutes and all my judgments, and do them. I am the Lord. Amen. Amen. So this is something what I love doing, and I want you all to love this too, because this is the laws. Well, let's see what kind of laws about agriculture, what kind of thing inside there, right? And these is things we have to pick up to do as first nature in times we're coming. Only time are coming up now when we're dealing with wilderness and being outside of the system to survive out there in the world. This is the law of the world. We have to learn how not to try to keep food long. You see certain food, tell you on the third day it will be profane. You have to put the food away, you have to get rid of that food. Whatever food you make for a feast or whatever the case may be, you have to get rid of that food. It talks about how to deal with one another. And this goes segueing this into the lesson. A very interesting part of it's simple, but it could lead to killing each other. Anybody have an idea what I'm talking about? Something that people are known for. It's very simple, and it is just escalate, and it ends up with people killing people. No, that be good. Go ahead. You say you grudge. Which one? You say jealousy, and you say argument, right? No, only everybody get one. Move on. Misunderstanding. Okay. Close. Go ahead. Envy. Go ahead. They're close. Forgiveness. That remedy. That's not the problem. Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. It happened in heaven. It happened in heaven. You close, you real close. You get it. How is it? Murmuring. What Satan had to do, and I'll ask anybody here, what is the definition of murmuring? Meaning for murmuring is a subdued or private expression of discontent or dissatisfaction. A private, meaning I'm not going to let you see why I shush you in. A discontent. I don't like how he do that. How he do that lesson like that. Aram late, what is our vibe there? And I tell him, no, Aram, no. I won't tell the tab and say, but you should know that. And you know what I'm saying? That is how murmuring is. And I understand where I'm coming from when I say that it could lead to killing or murdering, because somebody could dead. In this very sundry law we read here, we read about standing against the blood of your neighbor. That happened to Yashaya. Real people are in Christ. He didn't do anything, but they used the law to judge him when he was innocent of the law. That's how Christ was blameless. Being on the earth, he was a blameless man, because against the law of God, he didn't do anything wrong. The Most High wasn't judging Yashaya based on the standards of man, but rather the standards of heaven. So, we're going into the lesson. The lesson name is the spirit of lying, tale-bearing, and murmuring. I will read the meaning again. It's a private expression of a dissatisfaction in somebody. If I have any problem and I come in and tell you, like Brother Yara, are you like, what do I call you? I like how the camera facing me, I'm feeling anxious, I feel kind of. I come on and tell him that. I come on and I tell him, I go and talk to Sister Verlin about it. I don't like how you see you put a camera right there, and she's like, yeah. And they just going along with that now. And it just feel innocent. And some of the most innocent ones on them, this be the worst ones because they could snowball and you wouldn't realize how big it is. So in answer to your question, says no, that is not murmuring. Mostly, huh? Murmuring is like a gossiping, yeah, form of gossiping, but it's always done in private, away from the actual person, whoever they murmuring about. They just never do it in the open. You know how nice it would be if people would have come and tell Moses the scene and not keep nothing in the chest and bad mind against him? That didn't happen. And we people notorious for that. And going into tabernacles, these are things we have to learn about. And these things we have to keep in mind during the Day of Atonement. Right? We're coming up. Because when we go in on atonement, we have to get these things on them off with us if we're doing any of these things on them. So we could go into tabernacles better. In all the ways that we acknowledge him, and he will direct us now. Acknowledge him most high. And this is another thing too. I will encourage the men again, more importantly, try to come to tabernacles. And not playing with that line now. I know that's how important it is. It is a commandment. This is like not killing somebody. This is like the same thing. So make the effort. Whoever you can do it. And let me get it on the road. So read, bro.
Read in Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 16. Thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer among thy people. Neither shalt thou stand against the blood of thy neighbor.
That we were just talking about this. So he's saying, thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer. This is why I make reference as to what Satan used to do in heaven. Lucifer or Halal at the time he used to, when he was given access into heaven, he would move up and down heaven, pointing out thing about how Yashaya run in heaven. Well, Yashaya in the spirit at the time, how he doing running it so? You see what I'm doing? All these years, Satan watching me and building up a case against me now. All the time building up a case. And that is one thing what murderers have over here. They're just watching it from the behind you. And they don't know who it is. And I'm watching all your mistakes. All the problems you're going through. I'm saying I'm making mistakes. But I'm saying what they perceive to be mistakes. Or when they go, or Satan go watch the image of man and say, look at them. Them supposed to judge we? How them go judge we? Look at the condition of them. Whilst when he go down, he tempting man all over the place where he's not supposed to be doing that. The tempting man and then going up in the heavens and reporting. You see, look, he failed the temptation. He ain't good. And then Christ has to be there, the Spirit has to be, the Lord has to be like, what about it? What do you think about my servant Abraham? What do you think about my servant Job? I always trying to pick the best, trying to look at the best side now. Because he's working towards something. Satan trying to stop we and accuse we right through every day. So we can't adopt that same behavior on the earth amongst one another because you will find problems. I just think about the church and the body as a body, like a hospital. You don't go in the hospital to see people that well. You got people with little problems, little temptations, there are weak points, we have issues, we have all kind of little things. You want to know holier than thou person here? The only person that good is God, ahayah in heaven. Christ and all, and even say he good. He said, don't call me good. So don't put your expectation of how to fit nobody in the church like that. Everybody will have issues. Everybody will have normal issues like everybody else. It's just some of us have more fruits than others to show because of the work we put in the past. So we must be inspired by one another, and the scriptures told us to provoke one another to goodness, provoke each other to love. Right? So tale-bearing is an absolute wickedness, both in the spiritual and in the physical. Both sides.
Verse 11. You shall not steal, neither shall deal falsely, neither shall you lie one to another. The
scriptures say, you shall not steal, neither deal falsely, neither lie one to another. Now, what is a way you could lie on somebody in the truth and not know? If you all ever did that before. You're bearing false witness. You don't know that. You see that the word? Even in the truth, it could happen to you. Give you an example. This morning I was watching a debate. I like watching the debates, right? And I give a man say, I have no Lilith in the Bible. And some Satanist girl jump up and go, yes. And she carry him in Isaiah chapter 34, verse 14. And remind them newer Bibles, and if you all have any of those other Bibles other than the King James Version, 34 verse 14, right? In that verse, the word Lilith is there. No. It is called a shriek owl. The word in the Hebrew in the 1611s is a shriek owl markup there where Lilith is. When you go in the Hebrew, you're seeing la ya, which is is like they take that word and make the Lilith change in now. If you go into different Bible versions, you will see this Lilith markup there. And that is how now they could introduce that into the doctrine and catch a person who shaking in belief and be like, wait, not Lilith? It really had Lilith? And now they could add in the different lies now. Because they get that now, they open the door. You thought it didn't have Lilith, but it had Lilith. But it's just talking about a shriek owl. All you know what a shriek owl is? A little owl, you know? The Bible wasn't even talking about Lilith. That is how it is pronounced, shriek owl. That is why it is worship the owl in the different religions and the satanic thing and all them things. Bearing false witness is something that they didn't see. Them don't even research that, but they telling you, look, Lilith there, and adding the whole doctrine now with Adam's first wife, and she didn't want to lay under Adam, so God banished she and bring Eve, and right? So that is bearing false, that is a tail bearing, and it's also lying one to another. Because you now thinking that could actually shake people's faith, you know. And I find it was so funny when I was doing this lesson. I listened to that in the background and I just hear, I was like, what? She has scriptures? The devil has scriptures, boy. Come with the word there to interfere with it. So if all you hear anybody say that going forward, all you know that we were shown to all you understand. They're talking about a shriek owl, and they could look up that little animal. One of God's animal in the earth.
And you shall not swear by my name falsely, neither shall thou profane the name of ahayah. I am the Most High.
So, and that swearing by the Most High name is like somebody trying to convince you. Somebody say, by God, listen, I swear to God, boy, I swear to God. Did the thing, and they listen, they're trying to, they don't know how much power that is. What are you doing there? God in heaven, you talking about? So we must be careful when we're doing things in the Most High name. When we call upon the Most High name and then going contrary, we must be careful or we will incite judgment according to the commandments. The Lord will have judgment on not just us, but with children. And that is where we do always study now, boy. Your children coming after you could get destroyed. Their children could be destroyed. And you know how much families now in the earth today because of ahayah take up offense with something they do in the past? How much people suffer in the earth today because of the offense of the past? And only He alone knows how that works. People are cancer and dying today and sick. And why this person going through this horrible? Is there a God in heaven? Why God don't heal him? You don't know what's going on? What's the story? What's the story there?
Let the lying lips be put to silence, which speaketh grievous things proudly and contemptuously against the righteous.
Let lying lips be put to silence, which speaketh grievous things and proudly and contemptuously against the righteous. Now, this was something that was done in heaven, right? If we go to Revelation chapter 12, and we see when Satan was put to silence, because this was something he was doing day and night. Do you all know that angels don't need to sleep? So he not taking no rest. he is always murmuring against the righteous in earth, for them to be judged, for them to be taken out, When Christ died on the cross, it was automatic that Satan's allegations was none of them good. It have nobody good. I sure it have nobody good. And when Christ died righteously, it was a righteous blood, righteous dying, he made Satan out to be a liar. You see how it went, right? It was simple like that, you know. And because of that now, it's the fathers and the angels, the righteous angels of heaven's case to bring against Satan, which cut him off. He can't say that no more. So now, because of what Christ do, others come in. What you going to do now? Except wait for judgment. You understand? So, when he was cast down, he was put to silence, and he was actually showed up. So, we could just go and just read the Revelation. You get it?
No,
go to Revelation chapter 12. We could just read that part, and then we will continue on.
Reading out of the book of Revelation chapter 12 and verse 10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength, and the kingdom of our power, and the power of his Christ. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accuseth them before our power day and night.
Well, let's see that, right? So me didn't just say something. It's in the word. Every day. It's not just he alone have others, because he's one of the Satans. Satan really not trying to be nobody leader. He want the power without any of the responsibilities. So if I really I told you a lesson about that, but if I really understand the kind of psycho mind you have, you have no spirit tempting, like what you tempt all, you go feel they say they're fasting, but you see a cheesecake there, you eat cheesecake. It's not like that, you know. It have no spirits getting in your head, you know. It's just you know. You have a clear mind, you know. This clear madman thing, this no spirits behind him. He just want what he wants, according to Isaiah chapter 14, verse 12. He wants to be like the Most High. But he wants to get there by other means, by taking on we, who is like the Most High already. The whole operation is simply to make us look so bad that the Most High will eventually have to put us to death. That is all Satan trying to do. Make you sin, you look bad, so the law will come down on you. That is all. He know the law absolute.
I have hated them that regard lying vanities, but I trust in ahayah.
So let me ask you something. What is a lying vanity? What all you think it is? What is a vanity? Anything, all is vanity. Everything is vanity. You are a car, you are a house, you are land, you are a woman, you are a man, it's vanity, everything is vanity. Children is vanity, everything is vanity. Right? And a lying vanity will line up to when you think that, okay, when I get a mango day, my life will be good. Once I get this car, everything will be good. Once I pay this bill, everything will be good. Once I build this household, everything will be good. We go talk about that a little bit. I ain't telling her to not do nothing. I'm just telling her to understand that all of this is vanity. And don't make it turn into a lying vanity where you go pursue that. And as the scriptures say, losing your own soul. You gain the world at the loss of your own soul, at the cost of your own soul. We don't want to do that. So this under the line of a lying vanity, that type of vanity now, what I want to highlight as to how we could lie to ourselves about what we're trying to do, instead of looking at what we're doing now with the law.
All the labors of man is for his mouth, and yet the appetite is not filled.
Read.
For what had the wise more than the fool? What had the poor that knoweth to walk before the living? Better is the sight of the eyes than the wandering of the desire. This also is vanity and vexation of spirit.
Read.
That which has been is named already, and it is known that it is man, neither may he contend with him that is mightier than he.
So, just so that we don't lose up in all how they talking here. In verse 8 it said, for what had the wise more than the fool? What had the poor that knoweth to walk before the living? They're showing us that, listen, it's not a real difference between rich and poor, and it had no big set of gap between a person of folly and a person of a wise person. Both of them can make the same mistakes. Both of them before the Most High living and walking around. All of that don't really make nothing and stand in front of the day of judgment now. Because what Ecclesiastes does, it is, I think it's, how say it? I think. I know it's the only book that is speak from like me looking at you, not like God looking down. It's the wise men looking at the world. So when they talk from the perspective of man. So if somebody is a fool, and they just call us fools, how much of you get called fool for being in the truth? You get called fool. What is the difference? What they trying to? They saying you is a fool, but when according to the law, you're wise. All the labors of man is for his mouth. I build this house, I build the roof, but the appetite is not filled. It is never enough. It is never enough. You always have to get more. It's always more to. I build the house, but to see by the house. Yeah, I cut all the bush, but to keep cutting for the rest of my life. Yeah, I buy a car, but to maintain the rest of my life. Right, I get another car. It's never enough. It is never enough. This is what a vanity is. It's like a hole, a well, where you're just trying to fill your whole life, and you don't know it has sand under there and that water that's going on. You just point into it. So it is something that we have to think about. What in my life is the vanity, and what in my life is the actual righteous part and actual substance now. I know the lesson take a little deep turn here, but I don't want to just float over these things now. Can you look at your life now and say, this is the vanity, and these are the things that really matter? Because you could say, would any of you here want $1 million?
You want it?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
By show of hands, who want $1 million?
Something wrong.
Now, if you want $1 million, but your life is required tomorrow, will you take the $1 million?
You don't need it.
No matter how poor you is, no matter how hard your life is, how much stress you're under, nah. $1 billion. Let's say $1 billion. $1 billion, right? No. But either any amount you're getting, let's say you will have 24 hours from when you're getting the money. After that, you're sure dead. So how much is enough? So that was saying, it becomes vanity. It is a clear distinction between what is vanity and what is like substance like your life. How my life mean care about no money. At that point in time, yes, you need money to survive, but you can't give me $1 billion. I'm alive tomorrow, you matter. I things to do by it. Let's operate like a Brian now, like a thing to keep we in check now. Yeah. Understand that. Don't overdo it for Satan will. Don't overdo it. You could go hard enough, but don't over shackle yourself. Don't go too far, because you could end up falling off. If we know some of these things and we study things like that, and I don't think I'll ever ask that kind of question. Get that kind of question, make you think about it, like, how much you gonna actually be worth for me to give 20? I go dead tomorrow. What could I actually get? It will never be enough. Time is everything, and this is what ahayah given us: eternal life. Think about that. But how about you live your life? You live your life. And do use what you have to see with the people. It had no value higher than that. When we dealing with when I brought this analogy up for us to show us what is the actual vanity and how everything is really vanity, and really sit down and think about it. I was telling my wife this morning. I say, Asha, you ever notice, boy, you see some people real wealthy driving around the Audi and thing, and then people don't come out of the car and they're sick. They're always going in Cuba to Congress. They're always looking to dead, but like all the time, but they never like like good and healthy and you see them good, unless it's the children. And then them mad too and all kind of thing going on with them. So it's like, it always a trade-off now, boy. We could only say, well, yeah, boy, if I had that, boy, but you want that with your health and your life and your strength and all your ability to move around with friends and do all them kind of thing.
Yeah.
Them can't do that. As soon as them step out of the car, somebody looking to rob them. I see the CEO of Maraj Westside Supermarket and Jumbo Foods. I really see you walking on a security detail around him and I say, why you need that? I was upstairs talking to him as a plumber. So I was like, why you need that man? I went to the man and I said, oh, he could get thief. They could take him. And nobody studied me. My van unlocked and I was doing things. I unlocked my van. I live in a different world way, the most I deal with me. But he had to lock up his Benz and he had to walk outside with security detail at certain different times in the day, getting picked up at different areas during the week. So he living in a whole other world. The lion vanity is something where will pull you now into a false sense of security, which is a security in a vanity. To say, well, if I get this money, I will get through. If I get this, it will be good. If I get a wife, it will be good. If I get a husband, it will be good. If I continue, but it's a lion vanity. Straight up lion. We deal with tail bearing a little bit and the murmuring. Or going to some others here. But the lion is a thing where this happen when you're lying to yourself. Lying to yourself is the worst kind of lie you could make now, but you keep justifying the lie. You keep telling yourself, I'm a good person, me do nothing wrong. Doing nothing in your head now, me be good. And it might be wicked. You don't know, look at the law. I was a boss man at my work, but in the same sundry laws here, I'll go read it. Verse 18, verse 13, thou shalt not defraud thy neighbor, nor rob him. And this one happened to me. Well, I was receiving another this one. The wages of him that is hired shall not abide with thee all night until morning. My boss man used to lie and tell me that how he didn't get paid yet. Now he gave money a couple of days ago. He gave money starting the work. And I come to find out that afterwards, he keep doing that now. And he always used to had to come and give me money Monday and then I borrowing him for him first. I borrowing money, hoping that he'll pay me money because I need the money Friday. So I'll borrow money from him. He don't have my money, but he has money to borrow me, to give me, to lend. So I always hook. Right, and that man's a pastor.
Shackled.
That man's a pastor. What I went to the scripture for is showing you that people would lie. This is an actual lie here to say to keep the wages now, boy. To make a reason to say I wouldn't pay somebody. To make a reason to say, let me hold back on this person here. To defraud somebody is you're lying on them, now you're defrauding them, you're outsmarting them. You know? And too much of we go through plenty of this in my life already and something we don't want to learn and give because of that. The church just lied to we so much, they defraud we. Everybody have a story about that.
Ecclesiastes chapter 6 and verse 11. Seeing there be many things that increase vanity, what is man, the better? For who knoweth what is good for man in this life? All the days of his vain life, which he spendeth as a shadow. For who can tell a man what shall be after him under the sun?
Where is words? Who knoweth what is good for a man's life? All the days of his life? All the days of his vain life, which he spendeth as a shadow. The days that is past these days, the time going faster and faster sometimes, right? Some days just going fast. And you won't study the amount of time you have. Right? And it comes back to the same analogy I was making. Then you think about the rich man, when he look up in hell. How much time he may study, he wastes. How much good he could have done. You know he's really missed the water when the well run dry. It's really study, boy. If I did get through, if I did just do this at this time, maybe I could have make a difference. But it will be too late. So we have to make the most going forward all the time, brothers and sisters. These holy days that coming up, take them seriously. Atonement is a big one. It's a memorial of what Yashaya did in heaven.
You don't know the book of Ecclesiasticus or Sirach? He that is hasty to give credit is light-minded, and he that sinneth shall offend against his own soul.
Read.
Whoso taketh pleasure in wickedness shall be condemned, but he that resisteth pleasures crowneth his life.
So it's something what we like this what I brought it here is to kind of solidify going against the vanity now, the spirit of vanity. Now, this could be translated in our next week too. I want to align for you all. Try your best to travel light tabernacles. To get used to doing that, right? You all know what I mean when I say that, right? Tabernacles is not a vacation. I hope everyone understand that. It feels so, it really feels so because you're coming out of Babylon, you're coming out of your natural environment and you're around people who you love. But it's also tested because you go find out which people you really like too much too. Every year I see that happen, people come and smile and leave with a dark cloud over their head. I don't know sister was so, I don't know brother was so. The feast days are good day for it's a strong learning opportunity now. And we have to go in it knowing that ahayah putting we out of our comfort zone to put we under some level of burdens. To be under some burdens now. And that will actually strengthen us so when we won't have the ability to go back home. To what we know as home. Right? Okay, imagine you have to stay in that tent and live like that going forward. When you go there, when you go in that feast, you're going to have to think about that, lying down on the ground like that. That's why I say don't get accustomed to just having every amenity now. Now I know we have technology, there's certain things we gotta have people, the fan, the charger, all these little things like that. In verse 6 here we're gonna see what pleasure. And I want to show you something. Read verse 6.
He that can rule his tongue shall live without strife.
He that what?
He that can rule his tongue shall live without strife.
You know how much people do have power over the tongue? Do have the strength to hold it still? When you're angry and things just get loose. When you're under the influences of spirits now. So you get drunk and things, your tongue getting loose, you're starting to speak plenty. Sometimes you're feeling so comforted by somebody, sometimes somebody who doing the same thing we talked about earlier about giving you high credit and praise now, you start to talk and say things you shouldn't say. That person don't need to know that. Not that you hate them, they don't need to know that. Them could have lived their whole life and they need to know what you're going to tell them. They.
And he that hateth babbling shall have less evil.
He that what?
Hates babbling shall have less evil.
You know, how much problems you could get away from when you hear people start to talk about people and all kind of thing and start the tail bearing, start to up and down. And you know how much stress you could get yourself away from? You hear somebody thinking like, alright, go in my tent.
Yeah.
As soon as I let me, I don't know. I could. That is resisting that, because it is pulling anyone to hear what they have to say. And I'm like, what? What you do? You start taking in now, boy, because like, it's a pleasure now, boy. It just feel good. I fall to that already. Like, what's that one? It's entertaining? What? Wow. I have bad memory though. I don't remember. I just remember good. It has been a moment thing now. But it's something where you just have to resist and just walk away. I good. I don't hear that. I don't see nothing. And I do have problem now because I didn't get to see something that probably somebody could have hold me liable for. Hey, look, that fella they passed in a river and he was watching. I see him. He take out his phone and go in so and passing slow. I get away from problems because I don't want to do that. I don't want to know. I don't want to know nobody. You understand? If you come by my house or my house there, I go say, hey, you see, thing, I don't know you are people. You just have to lie now because sometimes when I protect the person, but you know too much, it was too fast, and you have too much knowledge on hand now. How are you going to tell? How are you going to get from this? You know, Mr. So and so, he was involved in a brutal crime. We're like, no. Me don't know he. Me see he in years until the thing. And now you have to lie and make all kind of thing and sin your soul. Keep yourself away from this thing and you have less sin, less strife. It's real easy now. Stay far from it. Lot wasn't dealing and none of them people are nasty as they doing. I don't want to know nothing. Let me go from here. And he survived. Read. The 7.
Rehearse not unto another that which is told unto thee.
Read that again.
Rehearse not unto another that which has been told unto thee.
Read.
And thou shalt fear never the worst.
You don't have to fear if the person might find out that you tell the person. It's real clear now. This is a real nice chapter in Ecclesiasticus 2. What just talk about how to deal with people. It's real good. It's a wisdom scripture. Right? You don't deal with like can't keep no information to yourself now. So somebody tell me something, I tell them all I just really forget it. Yeah.
Whether it be to friend or foe, talk not of another men's lives. And if thou canst without offense, reveal them not.
So it's something and this is the caveat here. This is a point here I want to show you. If all is speaking something and it will cause offense, do not reveal it. Sometimes you might know, best play it safe and don't say nothing. But if you could do it without offense, like it's something like I could tell earlier, a time I had a roll of man booty head on the concrete day. And I don't know if that a brother in Israel, and brother in Asha, and brother in me. That's something I share with all you. So I just show you now how you could it had the way to stop now. Now if I tell her about my wife's business and tell her about our business and thing, not supposed to be doing that. Asha want all her to know that just so that my family and my wife's business. Somebody come and tell all the secret things about all herself. That things that could have know about me that I wouldn't want him to tell anybody. How we just be close in the committee. I will talk to Qatar plenty when we're going up on the land. There's so much room between from where we start into the land. I talk plenty. I will talk when I go up there now.
For he heard and observed thee, and when time cometh, he will hate thee. If thou hast heard a word, let it die with thee. And be bold, it will not burst thee.
Read.
A fool travaileth with a word, as a woman in labor of a child.
Oh, let's think about that, eh? You just not get some information, but you're like, boy, I want to tell you this, but if you know what happened there, Lord have mercy. And they just had this thing like a pregnant woman. God, this labor pains, they can't hush them out. Let it out, the water done burst already, they can't keep them outside, and then the mouth dribbling, they want to say it. Yeah, I want to say it, but oh God, I want to say it. If you only know, bro, if you know.
I want to tell you, no, but I want to tell you.
I'll tell you, but it's a good one, it's a good one, but I will tell you, don't worry. We good, right? Don't tell nobody else, eh? And so they go in. Read.
Verse 12. As an arrow that sticketh in a man's thigh, so is a word within a fool's belly.
Read.
Admonish a friend. It may be he had not done it.
Now, this is a good way of dealing with this spirit, eh? Of rooting it out. The scripture say admonish a friend, mean come to the friend and talk to the friend. The same thing I said at the beginning of the lesson. Go and talk, don't murmur. Don't get caught up in that spirit. It's a spirit like a typhoon, it'll higher beat it. You will not find rest. You will not find rest in murmuring. You will never find rest, you'll never have peace, and you end up talking about somebody and might end up vexed up. Last little uprising had in the church, when the body cut up again, some people move out and people get shaken, all kind of thing, was because of that. Nobody was talking to anybody. The people who were supposed to talk to each other wasn't talking to each other. Right? So always what?
Admonish thy friend.
Read.
It may be he had not said it.
It could be that they never even do it yet. They didn't do nothing yet. They didn't do nothing. Hear their side of the story. Read.
And if he have, that he speak it not again.
And if he say, yes, bro, I really went there and picked that mango for Trina. Hey, I don't want nobody touch your mango. If you have to get mango, come and ask me. And you could tell them that and give them a chance to be righteous. You give them a chance to do it the right way, a way that you cool with. Or tell them, no, nobody touching that tree. So now if they come again, they're stealing now. They properly stealing now. You tell them already, you could take more severe approach. But don't want to hear somebody are telling you, or Katab say, this sister they was climbing the tree, or she's fighting up, and she pick one and she give up, and she go on. You can't do that. We can't operate like that. We is royalty. We people of the Most High. We cannot operate like that. We have to admonish your friends. Don't go on no word or anybody say. Ask for receipts. Ask for like how you see that, where you see that from? Get suspicious. You can ask questions. Read.
Admonish your friend. For many times it is a slander.
It is a what?
It is a slander.
Read.
And believe not every tale.
And believe not every tale. Read.
There is one that slippeth in his speech, but not from his heart. And who is he that had not offended with his tongue?
And who is he that has not offended with his tongue? Tell me somebody who will make a mistake and say something that they shouldn't have said, that you know. Nobody in this time in the earth today, nobody doing that. Everybody go say something that offends somebody. I'll be doing myself and you all at the service if I don't come and say anything about our sins and what we could be doing wrong and what we could be doing better and ways to get away from it. Me not buttery smooth words. I could talk smooth enough, but I'm talking smooth in righteousness. I have a kind of comedic way I just talk, but I just talk straight. If you have a sin that you're doing, I could point it out. And that is when how you get change. If murmuring is one of the most dangerous sins, go on for thousands of years with Satan and the angels. All these years, murmuring. Look what happened to it. It built up to the point where they come together. All right, you go put the fruit, the tree of the knowledge of good and evil in the midst of the garden, and I'll get the woman to take it. So you put it on and I will get you to do it. Don't worry, I will do it. We go see if they really could judge you. It's for the good. I believe Satan really doing good. You need to be that kind of mindset. You have to have that kind of mindset to keep doing what you're doing. People who feel they're doing good and doing evil, them is the worst ones. Evil is run out of energy. Good? Thinking you're doing good? I feel like doing good right through and I'm going to keep doing things. I'm going to keep pushing hard because I'm doing the right thing. I'm going to be real zealous at it too. So, and this is a misconception that's one of the people say that how God told Adam not to eat the tree of, tell Adam and Eve not to eat the tree of knowledge, which is incorrect. That is a lie of omission. They're omitting the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. That is a mingled tree with two different fruits on it. Good and evil. You're not supposed to have two things. And we just don't read in the thing that you're not supposed to mingle the seeds. You see that line up there in chapter 18, chapter 19 and the sundry laws? You're not supposed to mingle seeds. That was a tree with two different things on it. In one, good and evil, yin and yang, all that stupid, some of them Buddhist religion, all them kind of dumbness. Anyway, see all them kind of thing? It's not supposed to have no balance of light and that, not supposed to have none of that. And not supposed to have that. We're supposed to be light like the Most High. We're not supposed to have evil knowledge and good knowledge to come together to be wise. That is devil thing. You stay far from that. Anytime you see that yin and yang stripping, some people talking about balance. We know no balance, we are good. The Lord said, be holy for I, the Lord thy God, am holy. So, we're on 17, right?
Yeah.
Read the 17.
Admonish thy neighbor before thou threaten him.
Before what?
Before thou threaten him.
Before thou what?
Before thou threatens him.
Before what?
Before thou threatens him.
Don't want to start to threaten people before you admonish the person. Find out what happened first with a soft answer turn into a wrath. Don't come and say, hey, what going on here? What going on here? Tell me what going on here? You're guilty, huh? Who watch me like that? Come to my place talking to me like that. What happening? I could talk to somebody real nice. Hey, shalom, good day. But listen, But I will come home and see my dog dead. I want to know what happened, boy. Like, you see anybody hit the dog look like get poison or something, boy. Die your dog, boy? Oh, sorry, boy. Shims, boy, the dog just coming. And you could move from there now, but you lost a dog, But remember, you was at fault too because I'm making up this scenario right now. You were supposed to tie your dog. Your dog was supposed to be going in people's place, and your dog dead now. Instead of going and threatening them, oh, boy, choppy tail, kill my dog. Thing and start to beat cutlass in people's place and do that kind of thing. You don't know, he might have a gun, he might have a cutlass to beat, and he afraid for your life now. That will tell you these things could just go to just killing you quick. All of these things here, tail bearing, lying, and murmuring. It could get to this so fast with stupidness. You all have a position in the nation. It's not that I don't watch this body as a church. I watch it as a nation because it expands beyond we. We children will live on, ahayah willing, and continue doing the work as they growing up and getting older. They will become righteous men and women in the nation. That's what we working towards. It can't stop with we. If it stop by we, Satan win. Right? So my idea on how I just look at things for the body is, and I don't lie to myself, we have problems. We have issues. We have to do our best to make sure the children of the next generation have less and more help, more strength, better chance than us, better prospects. So, your daughters, where your daughters going and do when they get old? They're going to be a Babylon doctor. They're going to be a Babylon accountant. I'm not going to lie to myself and say, well, listen, my child going and get... I can't even see IL doing anything in the system like that. I can't see it. I can't tell people to change the trajectory what they want to do. But the scripture says to train up a child in the way they should go. I can't put IL in the system like that. And I'm going to lie to myself about that. So I will take my little one son, Mahadi, and I will try to make sure he's a benefit to the nation going forward. I want IL to be a benefit to a little cutty tail and beaty little tail. I don't want him to come and rub all you. Lash people. Do nothing with the good strength you'll get. God willing. And be a benefit to the nation. I ain't not going to lie to myself about that. This is Testament of Benjamin chapter 6 only, right? So we go read that and we go and read the Ephesians and that is it.
Right. So the inclination of the good man is not in the power of the seat of the spirit of Belial. For the angel of peace guided his soul.
So the first of all started with the inclination of a good man or good woman is not in the power of the seat. You can't do good doing anything deceitful. You cannot lie to nobody and do good. There is no ill-gotten gains in this walk. None. No ill-gotten gains. You can't get nothing. Good? None good will come out from evil. Right? Read.
For the angel of peace guideth his soul, and he gazeth not passionately unto corruptible things, nor gathereth together riches through a desire of pleasure. He delighted not in pleasure. He grieveth for not his neighbor. He stretcheth not himself.
He sated.
No, he sated not himself with luxuries. He erred not in the uplifting of the eyes.
So it's very careful, very important that we not sate ourselves with luxuries. I want to go to a spa. I want to go to a boat cruise. And my brother, and my sister-in-law, but oh my God, I get to take loans to go to Bigo and go all Barbados and things. I was like, why? All the poor boy. All the poor boy, they doing that for boy. She taking pictures in pool, in stink pool. I don't like pool, you know, stink. I know cleaning properties, them have to chew kind of thing them have to chew and that. Them don't take the water out and do nothing like that, you know. It's dustness between us getting blue, you know. I don't really like pool because I go in there to them, but I don't like it. But she like that, and she just see that as a pleasurable thing now, boy. That is she pleasure. She like to spend money. But the poor, how that working out? But what do you think our wedding is? You think our wedding is vanity? All understand that?
Yeah, real vanity in that way.
Do you know how much money you have to spend? Now, it's nice to celebrate, but you cannot go so far that you're thinking that, boy, when I do this, and I'm going to divorce.
Okay, the plan in case it didn't work out.
You can't do that. Listen, people spend real money on wedding, boy. On wedding, people take loans for wedding, boy. Big wedding. The bank love that. Oh, you're going to get married? It's right here. And you want to sign how much? $50,000. Get a loan again, a loan one time, and you go, yeah, it's a little bit sometimes, eh? $100,000 people pay loan for the whole marriage. The whole, till death do us part. Till the death done, then they part. Be careful, brothers and sisters. Keep it low. Keep it low, but keep it righteous. The substance is more important than the vanity. The important things in life is much more important. So we have to stay away from the vanities. Plenty. Understand that plenty of these things that are spending money on in these weddings and things, designed to keep you in a spiral of debt. They will give you a loan quicker than they'll give you a loan to buy land. How much all you could go and get a loan for a car? What's all you can a little steady job again? They'll give you a loan. You get a car loan fast. You get a loan for land?
No.
Who get a loan for land? Who get nobody get? You get land? Take it. I'll take that. Get a loan and plan that up. No, because you see, what they do, what Satan's system really does do, they try to put you in a state where you cannot maintain yourself. Now, they don't want you to be landowners. They want you to be owners of things, of like a car. The car drive and bounce. Two people bouncing. I show them paying off them cars still. Two nice little cars. Well, one is a Ford and one is a car. The Ford didn't hit bad, but the car mash up. I say, still have to pay the loan. That's sad enough. But let me continue. Continuing.
Verse 4. The Lord is his portion. The good inclination receiveth not glory nor dishonor from men. And it knoweth not any guile or lie.
Or what?
Or lie.
Read.
Or fighting or reveling. For the Lord dwelleth in him and lighteth up his soul. And he rejoiceth towards all men always. The good mind hath not two tongues.
The good what?
The good mind hath not two tongues.
You can't have a two-tongued mind if you have a good mind. That way you can have good and evil. You can't have a lying and truth. You can't lie sometimes. It can't be in that vibes. You always have to work towards telling the truth or don't speak at all. Read.
The good mind hath not two tongues, of blessing and of cursing, of
continually,
and of honor, of sorrow and of joy, of quietness and of confusion.
And of what?
And of confusion.
Read.
Of hypocrisy.
Of hypocrisies.
And of truth.
And of truth. So some people could do that. Now this is where the lying spirit is wax strong, and some people could be a hypocrite, but they talking the truth. That's why Yashaya in Matthew chapter 23 told them how if you do as they say but not as they do. You could do what they say, they telling the law, but don't do what them this do. They evil. You have to be careful. That and all is a murmuring and a tail bearing when somebody coming and telling you something and omitting information. They don't know, some of them believe it for themselves. Right? Finish up.
Truth of poverty and of wealth. But it had one disposition, uncorrupt and pure, concerning all men. It had no double sight, nor double hearing. For in everything which he doeth, or speaketh, or seeth, he knoweth that the Lord looketh on his soul. And he cleanseth his mind, that he may not be condemned by men, as well as by the Most High.
Read it.
And in like manner, the word of Belial are twofold, and there is no singleness in them.
Here, that part real important. Belial is like a representation of an evil spirit or Satan. It is always twofold. That's why when Eve, when they mark up serpent in the Bible here, it's not the word for serpent that is used throughout the rest of the word. And in Genesis chapter 3, it was actually the divination. The word nasha, a word that means to divine or whisper. It is a double meaning word. Satan means, since Satan tell you, thou shalt not surely die. For the moment you eat of it, thou shalt have, this will be like gods, knowing both good and evil. He was not lying. Satan is one thing, he don't lie. He's like to tell you the truth, but he don't tell you the whole truth. A real interesting way of lying, if I tell you, it have let's like if I didn't give all of the information about the analogy I brought up earlier. Look, the $1 million and you want it. You could do so much good. I'm gonna tell you about tomorrow. You go find out. Christ is very straightforward, and he just let us know what's going on. He's talking dark parables sometimes to some of the more hardened people to not understand, but he does, in all honesty, he will let you know what's going on before it's too late or anything like that. But what Satan does, or what a lying spirit would do, is omit, to twist information, twist understanding, twist knowledge. Plenty of the other camps go through that. Plenty people do that. Yeah, Christianity is no. Them is the whore. Them is the whore. Them is the example of wickedness. How to use the scriptures in the worst way possible. Right?
Reading out of the book of Ephesians chapter 4, verse 24 and 25. And that he put on the new man.
So we have to put on that what? So we have to use the feast, the holy day, which is atonement, as like a cleansing. Think about some of your faults and your thing. You know yourself better than me. I don't want to know all your business like that. You have to know your business and know if your business could get into heaven, get into the kingdom of heaven, or get into tabernacles. Use the best person to deal with yourself. Nobody else knows what's really going on, but you have to be honest. You lie to yourself, I can help you. I can help you. You lie to yourself and say, if I touch my beard and go and watch myself, this is looking good. I shave up and think nice, boy. I watch a man say, boy, me say nothing Aram. Yeah, looking good, bro. You understand? You say, nobody goes on and say, Aram, you're the Baba fall out. You know? So, we had to be honest with ourselves to get progress, to get from one step to one stage to the next. Read. To put on,
that he put on the new man, which is after ahayah, is created in righteousness and true holiness.
True holiness, not a hypocritical holier than thou. True holiness. Ahayah is true holiness. We have to get like that. Read.
Wherefore, putting away lying.
Putting away what?
Lying.
Putting away what?
Putting away lying.
Putting away lying. Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to people. Don't lie about nothing. Don't omit when you speak. Omission is a wicked lie. If you forget something, don't shame to go back and say, hey, bro, listen, I tell you this, but I remember it's not really that I do. I feel like it might not understand what I say. Please, all you rather do that than somebody go and say some stupidness and you don't know where you get that from. You never say that? Yeah, you say it, where you say it, when you read 1 Corinthians chapter 14, we have to be careful with words now. 1 Corinthians chapter 14 was Paul talking about the different tongues and gifts and all these things like that and being a sounding brass. You can't just talk and feel. I just talk and feel or you understand what I say. Now I just try to interact a little bit. Although we have to keep a little order. I don't want everybody talking all the time. But I had to kind of interact to see what it is. If I understand what I'm saying, if I just talking up here and or let's go home with less information. I remember the time I preached in Port of Spain, boy. I time I know, listen, I didn't even quote an yashaya. And a man going come out with the demons and say, boy, you just beat your wife. You know what I said? You just beat your wife, and the man said, just beat your wife. And you watch me on face, you just beat your wife. You beat your wife. And the man saying it loud by the PA system, and this man not hushing him out, boy. And he take me, and I watching the other one laughing because I say, I have no wife, but you know, woman, we have nothing. I just come and do this word, and like you tell me I beaten wife, come me to be like, oh, you know that. Like, I don't want to do that. You know, joke with you, boy. Boy, listen, I too big to beat that boy. Lash out. No matter what. He tried to take, listen, the man was there for the duration of the time I preaching, you know. Almost an hour and something, he was there screaming, you beat your wife, you beat your wife, you beat your wife, you beat your wife. And this day balling, he stopped. Yeah. And that's our way now to, like, this is how spirits work. It was extreme case, but it could have been different way. In the body, somebody feel like beating Asha. I was in Asha then, so it was even more ridiculous. But it's something what we had to be careful with we tongue, with we speech. We mustn't speak. The scripture say, wherefore put away lying. And what?
Speaking every man truth.
Speaking every man truth with what?
With his neighbor.
With his neighbor. We talk truth. That's what we talk in tabernacles. Keep the truth. Keep the truth. And if what you want to tell somebody will offend or cause problem with somebody else, please don't say anything. Let's don't say anything. Right? So this is what we have to understand, that we have to put away lying, speaking what?
Speaking evil.
Speak every man, sorry.
Yeah, wherefore put away lying, speaking every man truth with his neighbor. Mm-hmm. For we are the members one of another.
We are members one of another. That we have to start looking at this. Again, this is not a church. This is a nation and building. We are trying to come out of the mentality first. Plenty people just want to we not like a Rastafarian group who want to go to Ethiopia and what? Be Negroes over there too? We trying to get the mindset in order first, because that's the strongest thing we go have. That's the best thing we have with each other, one man to each other. We know how to deal with each other properly. We know how to respect boundaries. We know how to understand the spirits that working out, so we don't kill each other. You know how much plenty little tribes over the place murder people, murder each other and kill out and wipe out because somebody had a disagreement. Somebody didn't know how to apply Christ's teachings in the proper time. Because Christ's word is for when rain falling, and it's not for when things good. We good right now, but what if I fall with one hour? Around that time, it's like, put around this Bible, so I'm going to beat up Aram. It's time to fight. I no more Bible, no more. I forget the word. I forget admonition. I forget everything. Time to use this flesh. Right? So we have to be wise and stand out from the nations, stand out from the people, stand out from the peers, stand out and stand up with the word to put your light on high so that you will shine better than anybody else. And according to this lesson, which is the spirit of lying, tale-bearing, and murmuring, you have to stand out in these areas going forward from this lesson. Listen, you're murmuring. If you see murmuring, if you see tale-bearing and you see somebody lying, best you step away from that person. Step away from that situation. Your friends talking about somebody and nobody talking to the person, they murmuring. Remember again, the meaning of murmuring is a subdued or private expression of a discontent or dissatisfaction with somebody or with something. Think about Moses in the wilderness. Think about these things on them. This is not one of the most exciting lessons we could do that I have ever done, but it's a lesson that transcends we here because it starts in the heavens. Satan was part of murmuring. The fallen angels were part of murmuring before they fell. And we saw where that reached, that brought them. So, at this moment, I would like to ask anybody if you have any questions.